Hey, Ask Your All Things Dentistry, and this is just a really quick video because I had a few questions from a couple of members, and I really appreciate the questions. One was from Free Ducky and Ezra Delaney, and pretty much the questions were the same. Were what brand is your Xray? So I know how many times I've watched a video and thought, that's really cool, and then I try to find what it is, what they're using, and it was impossible. So let's just take a look here. It's really going to be really quick. This is the Dentsply rinn catalog from approximately 2015. You can see it there. Dentsply was purchased by Sirona recently, and they've changed their website, so it's a little more complicated. But this just gives you at least the numbers, the serial numbers of the pieces I was using. So let's just scroll in here, and okay, so for the one, so let's just talk about the direct sensor, and this is it here. So this is the metal piece and the ring, and these are generic. So the thing that's not generic on this for direct sensors is the little basket. So you would have to go back up to this other table. So you purchase those two pieces there, and then go up to this table right here. And you can see this right here. We'll zoom in, and let's take a look here. So we've got the number 2. So these are the two baskets here for the digital sensor holder. So this is for direct sensors, and this would be a number 2 and a number 1 sensor. And what we used was the Schick CDR. So we would go down to the endo green, and I would we'd look at purchasing the 550628 for that video, for example. So you have to order you have the number now for the ring and the metal connector joint piece, and now very specific. However, when I was making this video, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I found something different, and I really appreciate this little exercise that I was asked to do because I found these elastic band ones. So this might actually change the game because now you can just place a sensor, and if you watch the video, there's a point where you have to finagle the wire into the little holder. This actually might be a lot easier because now it's just an elastic band. So we have these type of sensor holders for just paralleling device. So you just essentially clip the sensor, push up the elastic band, and then put it down, and it seats. And that might be so much easier. So I might actually say forget the other one and try with that. And what I'm going to do is on Monday, I'll get a couple of these ordered in, and let's try them out. So that might be a lot easier. And then, like I said, this is for the direct, wired sensor like a Schick. So what I didn't talk about, and I'd like to really quickly say, is that if you're using phosphor plates, because two of the other practices I work at routinely use phosphor plates. So we have these as well. And I need to say that I use these, I've been doing this for a while now, so I've gained a lot of experience. I've learned a lot, especially from my dental assistant, how to take really good x-rays. And so with the phosphor plates, we use this right here. So you order these pieces together, and all the phosphor plates seem to be all the same. And then off you go. You've got your endo holder. Now, I've used those for a year or so, practicing, getting better, because a lot of the time I had a lot of my problems were, where do I line the tube up to? I have the x-ray. I think you can understand what I'm saying. I have the x-ray in what I think is the right spot, but I don't know where to put the tube. So the paralleling device was really good to give me an idea. So now I feel that I've gotten and especially when this is really great, especially if you're using phosphor plates, you take the x-ray, then you have to run somewhere, develop it in the computer, and that might take 1 to 2 minutes, and then you come back and you look at it and you think, oh, I got to do it again. So you want to make this as efficient as possible. So I totally understand. So using the guide thing, the endo green one is pretty helpful. When you do get a lot better or quicker and with a lot of practice, or more comfortable or more confident, I would say that using this is a lot more efficient if you're only taking working lengths with gutta percha. And this is what I do now. I'd say 5% of the time I'll take a radiograph with a file in the canal, and if I do, then I'll probably use the green holder. But most likely I'm just taking with gutta percha, and this is what I use now as a snap array. It's in the video, and these are the two different, there's a whole bunch of different styles, and what I would say in my personal opinion, and we've used these teaching, is that this is the standard for It's a great tool. Be careful when the sleeve gets wet because when it's saliva, the sensor gets really slippery. And on the sleeve, I mean the plastic sleeve that goes over the radiographic, the sensor. So this is a great tool. These ones are not so good. I find they're just kind of really flimsy and not really useful. This other one is a great holder too. We've used those. And then this is the standard that I use just because the office has them with the crocodile teeth for phosphor plates or old school x-rays. And those are just work absolutely great. The last point that my dental assistant actually taught me, I'm not going to try to scroll too fast here because I've made myself sick when I watched the video after and I was scrolling like crazy, was actually using just the regular periapical paralleling device for taking working length shots as well. And you can do that as well. It's really simple, and you have to angle, so you use just the regular, this is for phosphor plates and this is for your sensor, but you would use it the same way. Say you have your gutta percha in the tooth and you want to take an x-ray and you don't have the green and you're not going to order the green, but you have one of these, you can use the yellow to go over the clamp, get the patient to gently bite down, and then you have kind of a guide. Now, if you take an x-ray just like on that, you're not going to get the apices because it's, the clamp pushes the holder, the little bite plate up a bit. But if you come down at an angle a little bit, I can't tell you how much because it's the little bit, but it at least gives you a guide as to where to start kind of aiming, because that's really been the problem with taking working length. It's not so much putting the file, not putting the film in the right place, it's putting the tube in the right place. So if you really, you want to try starting this tomorrow, try using just the regular paralleling device and then move it around a little bit to try to get some sort of bisecting angle, to better, to get a better guide. That's really what it is. So hopefully that wasn't too long. I really appreciate your time and your comments, and cheers.